This video will show you how to divide by 10 and 100 when your answer is a whole number. It will be useful if you've already watched the previous video, which was multiplying by 10 and 100, as you'll get the basic gist of what we're going to do. Let's take a look at what happens when we divide a number by 10. So we're going to look at 560 divided by 10. Now, just as we did when we were multiplying by 10 and 100, we're going to draw out a place value chart. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write the number 560 in the correct position in my place value chart. So the number 560 is 500, 6 tens and no units. Now, if you remember from the previous video, when we're multiplying a number by 10, we move the digits one place to the left. Now, we know that dividing is the opposite, it's the inverse of multiplication. So when we divide by 10, we do the opposite. We move the digits on our place value chart one place to the right. So if I move the digits in my place value chart here, I'm going to move the 5 one place to the right and write it in there. And I'm going to move the 6 one place to the right and write it in there. And I'm going to move my 0 one place to the right. Now, because my last digit is a 0, that digit can just disappear. And the reason it can disappear is because we know that after units is our decimals, and we have a decimal point that comes after our units. Well, if it's a 0, that means there are no decimals, so it can just disappear. So we've calculated that 560 divided by 10 is 56. Let's look at another question. Okay, I'm now going to do 3,200 divided by 10. So the first thing first, I'm going to write my number in the place value chart. So I've got 3,000s, 200s, no tens, and no units, so 3,200. So when we divide by 10, we know that that means moving our digits one place to the right. So the 3 moves one place to the right, write it there. The 2 moves one place to the right. The 0 moves one place to the right. And this 0 moves one place to the right, but it's at the end. We don't need a decimal, so that can just disappear. So 3,200 divided by 10 is 320. Okay, what about if I wanted to divide by 100? Well, let's see. Let's do 400 divided by 100. So, as normal, let's write the 400 in the place value chart. And we know that when we divide by 10, we move one place to the right. But when we divide by 100, that's like doing 10 times 10. So we're going to move 2 places to the right. And a good way to remind yourself is look at the number 100. It's got 2 zeros, so you need to move your digits 2 places. So the 4 is going to move 1 place, 2 places. I'm going to write it there. The 0 is going to move 1 place, 2 places. That can disappear. And this 0 is going to move 1 place, 2 places. And that can disappear. I don't need those. Remember, it's only because they're zeros that they can disappear. Let's look then. So 400 divided by 100 is 4. Your turn now. You're going to try these questions and you're going to use your place value chart, moving the digits to divide by 10 or 100. So pause the video and have a try at these questions. How did you do? Right, let's look at the answers. So 480 divided by 10 is 48. 520 divided by 10 is 52. 7,000 divided by 100 is 70. And 200 divided by 100 is 2. Well done. You're now ready to move on to the next video, which is dividing by 10 and 100, but using decimal numbers.